Our day-to-day life is very extraordinary. To the events we see, to the people we meet, and the memories we remember in the long haul of our beautiful life. But have you ever sat down and taken the time to question why that is? Why do I remember this useless fact? How did I learn it? Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, I will be sharing with you the intricate processes of memory, spanning from the initial input of sensory memory through the dynamic processes of working memory to the enduring storage in long-term memory and how they collectively shape the foundation of our cognitive experiences, the influencing of learning, adaptation, and to the construction of our identities. As a secondary education social studies major, I feel I am very educated on the topic as I will be teaching it. So let's dive right in and talk about the first step in this long process, that being sensory inputs. I am using these studies published in 1968 by Atkinson and Sheffrin for this presentation. So the first thing here is sensory inputs. Like it says in the name, all five senses are used. So taste, smell, sight, touch, and hearing. They are all used. It lasts for mere seconds, 1 to 2 seconds typically. So if you read a page, your eyes are scanning, it doesn't remember the last word you read. It just, your brain will look at it, tune it out because your brain has selective attention. It's trying to figure out what's important, what's not important. Like in my back pocket right now, I have my headphones. My brain is ignoring the pressure it has against my jeans because it's not important to me. This is basically encoding. It's taking in the information and leaning off of that, since we've talked about the registration of memory, we need to talk about what happens to the inputs. And that is our working memory, which decodes the input from our sensory memory. It holds 5 to 7 items, so this is why our phone numbers, besides the area code, are 7 numbers. So 513-304-858-7. That is why it is like that. Now, it's different for everybody. Some people can remember 5, some can remember 7, some can remember 9. It's all in your brain chemistry and how you develop. It is active memory, so it is working through math problems, actively taking in facts, reciting knowledge that you know. It's active in the brain. It's currently working through. So, like how to drive, how to cook, all those are in your brain, and you can only hold 5 to 7 at a time. So because of that, it can be very limited. You can only hold that many items. You can't focus on so many things. Now, moving on from the initial sensory input of memory to the day-to-day activities of memory, it is now time to talk about the last piece of our puzzle. That being long-term memory. Long-term memory is unlimited. You can remember it for days to weeks to hours to years. It depends on the emotional impact it has on you, but that is a different topic, and I'm just here to cover the main 3 processes of memory today. There are 2 main types, so explicit and implicit. Explicit is verbal memory, so how to recite stuff, like how to do a math problem, how an event happened, and implicit is subconscious, so things you can do on the whim. Like for me, myself, I do martial arts, so it's all muscle memory. I don't have to think about it to do it. I just know how to do it. Or driving, which driving is an interesting case as it interlinks between the two themselves. So sometimes they can interlink, and that is the beautiful process of our memory. In conclusion today, we have talked about the first step of memory, the initial process, the decoding to the encoding of memory, and lastly, the labyrinth of our long-term memory, which is infinite. So as we conclude the journey through this magnificent topic, let us remember the words of Maya Angelou, who said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Just as our memories shape our feelings, experiences, and understanding, may we carry forward the essence of today's exploration. Let embark on our own narratives and embrace life to the fullest. Thank you for listening to the expedition through the realm of memory.